ShinRobjira.
Bonquive to you all, my lovely viewers out there. I'm just starting this video off like this just to let you all know that I am officially and finally a HobbyLink Japan affiliate. Yeah, this thing over here on my main page, that's my HobbyLink Japan link. Basically, if you shop with that link, you help the channel out. And when I review specific things that I buy off of HLJ, which I'll be doing very, very soon, I'll be able to generate a specific link for that item where if you buy using that item, you help the channel out as well. It's all free, technically. Helping the channel out for free. It's kind of like what you're doing right now. But anyway, on to the lizard and tin can filled with bones. Today we'll be talking about the Bandai movie monster series Godzilla, Tokyo, S.O.S, Godzilla, and Kiryu. These boisterously large 8-inch Bandai vinyl figures are a thing of the past nowadays. We really don't see figures of this size and quality really being released from Bandai on a normal schedule anymore. The King series has gone to sleep, and maybe we'll see these pop up again through the Mega Movie Monster series, but let's not hold our breath. These two figures over here, Godzilla and Kiryu, very quickly became two of my favorite vinyl figures in my collection, despite not being the biggest Tokyo S.O.S fan. Sus Goji and Suscan over here rose very quickly to that favorite top list simply because they're huge, they're beautifully painted, and the detail, oh man. I can sing about it all day, but let's not do that. Let's get started with the king himself, Godzilla. Hicka-bicka-boo-hoo-sha, first we have to talk about this tag. This tag is awesome, and I really do love old school movie monster series tags in general. I like how simple they are. I like how they actually have the sticker over here. It's not something that's just printed onto the figure. Whoever originally bought this paid about that much. And I feel like there was just more going on the inside of these tags than what we get nowadays. Now yes, this is quite obviously not Godzilla 2004. The figure was just, I believe, released in 2004. We all know what Goji 2004 looks like. A cat! So since this is of the older variety, we will be double sleeving these simply because they old. Down the hatch, Mary Poppins! Gracious me, just look at this valiant little lizard. There's so much to really look at here. You can look at the roughness and craziness of the skin. You can look at the golden eyes and premium painted teeth. Or you can look at these amazing dorsal fins, which I just absolutely love doing because the paint is flawless and the detail on the dorsal fins are amazing. Yeah, the strong silver paint is going to continue all throughout the back into the tip of the tail. Yes, you heard that correctly, into and onto and all the way through to the tip of the tail. Again, this striking gold paint is absolutely fantastic for the eyes. The teeth, claws, and toes are all pretty much the same color. I'd say there's a little bit more intensity for the toenails, but the claws and the teeth are all mostly, yeah, just the same color. But I ain't mad about it. And then we have the scar on the chest, very fleshy, very effective with that dark crimson red. And little known fact, the scar on the chest is literally the only thing that is different about this design. They made an entirely different suit just to put a scar on Goji's chest. And to toss a rocket into it as well, but you know, we're not gonna get into that. Is there a figure of that? There should be a figure of that. I want a figure of that. Bandai! There's your little bit of trivia for this part of the episode. Really have to gush about the skin that's on this figure as well. From the spikes on the shoulder blades, to the spiky scales on either side of the neck that kind of look like Batra larva's legs, all the way to the random spikes on the side of Godzilla over here that look like a rock bed right beneath a waterfall. And even the super duper classic looking Godzilla skin for the tail that's going on over here. And you know what makes it even better? It's not the same on both sides. Just like the suit, everything's different on both sides. And that really only makes me appreciate this figure even more. Come on! Butt spikes! I could honestly make like a 3-hour-long video discussing all of the amazing details that went into this figure. Yes, I honestly find it that interesting and that worth talking about. Honestly, this level of quality that Bandai had and just this level of creation, no pun intended, it's just pretty much lost on today's Bandai releases. Sure, the detail is always going to be fantastic, but the paint always suffers. But here though, man, it's all fantastic. Even on the bottom of this gigantic tail, there's going to be fantastic detail, which is to be expected. I'm still just kind of simping over the fact that the entirety of the tail moving into the dorsal fins, no matter where they are, they're all painted, and they all look great. In terms of paint, S.O.S is definitely going to be getting a solid star. And in terms of detail overall, S.O.S is also going to be getting a solid star because... Now, in terms of articulation, there's a lot more here than we're generally used to with current-day Bandai releases. For one, the head can go all the way around, like so. The arms can go back and forth like so, back, forth. The legs have the ability to go all the way around. We've got a swivel at the base of the tail, like so, and we have a swivel, surprisingly, at the tip of the tail, and this part can actually be taken off, which is something that you're going to need to be doing if you have this guy on a shelf. This guy is a shelf hog because of this tail. Godzilla Tokyo Susibaka Goji over here is fantastic. Size, paint, detail, articulation, it's all here. And like I said before, it has risen to the top of my vinyl-loving lists as one of my very favorite vinyl Godzilla figures. But we are not done, absolutely not, but this guy does have 3 solid stars. Now we have to take a look at the old man in the can. Mechagodzilla 3, or Kiryu, or Suscan, is a fantastic figure and is an honest-to-God representation of what Bandai has fallen from. Shodai Goji got the new shoe shine. Just look at him. He looks fantastic in his new silver armor over here. Yet again, we have the same thing with 2004 over here. We all know the ishkabibble behind that. The back of the tag will feature a picture of Godzilla with the shiny little sticker over here that is placed on, not printed on. Again, more to look at in tags from the old days and not so much 2 days. And yet again, since he is so old, he will be getting the double sleeve treatment. Gonna put these bones into a mechanized suit now. My God, would you just look at this work of art? The detail, the paint, the absolutely perfect silhouette of the character itself, the magnificent attention to detail in terms of details and paint. Titty stamps. Yes. This figure feels like it took the Bandai factories more than just 2 hours to create a lot of them, because where there is detail, it shines. Where there is paint, it glows. And where there was opportunity, it was taken. Truly, truly beautiful stuff. Now to talk about some of the paint. So clearly we have the red streaks here, and there actually is a little bit to discuss within all that. So as we all know, these red streaks aren't always red streaks and they're not always there. When they are fully yellow, just like the eyes, that means Kiryu is 100% under mankind's control. But as we know, this guy is filled with the bones of Shodai Goji, or 1954 Godzilla, and sometimes he can get a little bit deminky. When the streaks in the eyes go full red, that means he is entirely pissed off and ready to destroy. But when the streaks are a solid red and a solid yellow, that means the spirit of Shodai Goji is at peace with both the pilot and the computer on board. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a Bandai Mechagodzilla 2002, but the differences between Kiryu 02 and Kiryu 03 are actually a lot. S.O.S. Kiryu is a darker gray, he's thinner, he has a smaller head, a shorter neck, the eyes are slightly smaller and further apart, and the only thing that I can really show you from my own collection is just a comparison with the chest over here. S.O.S. Kiryu has the ridges on the chest, whereas Godzilla against Mechagodzilla Kiryu does not have the ridges on the chest. 03 Kiryu over here also has the titty stamp, while 02 Kiryu does not. And even though one was made by Bandai Japan and the other Bandai America, you can tell the difference between the two when it comes to their paint. Much more silver, much more of a darker gray. I might have just lucked out with that one, or that might have been entirely intentional on Bandai America's part, but thank you, Bandai America. But anyway, back to paint and detail. Let's not make this a 45-minute video, Rob, please. Yellow eyes, red streaks, the arrows on the side of the head are fully painted in black. Now, this is a distinction that I like, because it's a random one that was made, but I like that it was made. Some of the wiring in the tubes are going to be a bit of a darker, more metallic gray, while some of them are going to be a bit of a lighter, brighter gray. Now, it seems for the most part when it comes to the wiring, most of the wiring and tubing that is present on the front of the figure is going to be of that darker variety, as you can see all throughout the thighs and the shins and everything, and even a little bit over here. But throwing Kiryu to the back, you can start to see more of this lighter, not as intense metallic gray on certain areas of the leg. figures. Now, I don't know if this color scheme is 100% accurate, but I really don't care. Be it an artistic liberty or be it exactly what it needed to be. I appreciate this change in paint so much more than the lack thereof it on current day movie monster series Kiryu's. And yes, all of the wiring, all throughout the tail, will be fully painted. Are you ready for this? On both sides, my guys, my gals, my non-binary pals. Look at that. And it's a noticeable thing, too. It's not something that you really need to look really hard at. It's like, oh yeah, I could tell that that's all shaded a little bit darker than the plating that surrounds it, and that's just beautiful. And yes, that coloration will be on the underside of the tail as well, and it will be present all the way to the tip of the underside of the tail. Plus, just look at the details on this thing. Look at the details. This is the bottom of the tail. They didn't need to do that, and they did that, and it came out great. Oh man, they painted the thrusters, bro. On both sides! Even got the little red triangle over here, which isn't painted the best. No red triangle over here, but we do got this little red strip over here by the drill. Oh, I'm sorry. Spiral claw or anti-beast drilling device. It's a fucking drill. Man, just look at the detail on this drill. It's beautiful. It's perfect. You don't need no paint on this. This pretty much does all the talking for you. No matter the angle, it looks sharp. It looks like it could be Kiryu's hand with a little bit of transformium in it. And what else can I say? It looks awesome. I want you all to remember these dorsal fins and how they look, because this is going to play into one of my many questions with the next Godzilla related review that we'll be doing next week. Don't they look awesome? Don't they look like little forest spirits asking for a hug, asking for up? They're beautiful. I love them. I love the little detail, little bolts. Love it. Love it all. And look at this detail by the shoulder socket over here. This is great. This is something a lot of movie monster series Kiryu figures don't have today. I don't even know what to point out here. This is all fantastic. I mean, just look at this cornucopia of eye candy. Mother of goose. Bandai has never been the same. Man, that looks great. Yeah, they've never been the same, and it honestly feels like it's because they dropped all of their budget into the Millennium era. Because god dangle. I mean, that's honestly not to say that the current day movie monster series figures aren't detailed, but it's just a combination of amazing paint and detail together that really leaves me wowed. And look at that, they painted this section on both sides, not just one, both sides. Hey yo, this back clean. Back of the neck, back of the head. I am going on for much too long, but again, the detail, and oh, look at those teeth. Very nice. Oh. Okay, we're done now. Suscan over here gets a solid start in terms of paint and detail. Now let's move on over into articulation. Now Bandai Kiryu over here, even back in the day, still doesn't have leg articulation. And that's perfectly fine. It totally explains why all the new Kiryus don't have leg articulation, because they never had leg articulation. But we still do get some head articulation. The arms will go all the way around. They will go all the way around to both sides. And as you just saw, there will be movement at the waist. Movement that can move all the way around. Just gotta be careful with the dorsal fins over here. Gotta clear the spikes. And we will get movement at the tail and at the tip of the tail. My god. But wait, there's more. What is a drill without a little bit of spin? You mean to tell me that Bandai not only painted every single inch of this figure, but they gave wrist movement to a banal figure? Bandai, what the heck? Look at this. Look at this. This is coup de grace. I love this. This is amazing. Beautifully painted, beautifully detailed, beautifully articulated. 3 solid stars. Need I say more? I miss early 2000s Bandai movie monster series. This is what we're not getting today. And I really do hope that the Mega Movie Monster series, as I'm hoping for, is going to be bringing molds like this back to the forefront, even if they are going to be underpainted. I just miss this, man. Big vinyl figure. Not a huge vinyl figure, but big and beautifully detailed and painted, and this. Bandai did this! It's not a sham figure? Oh man, I miss it all. I really do. 6 stars all around. Both of these figures are amazing, and if you can find them in the aftermarket, whether they are tagged or not, just get them. They're totally worth it. Everything I showed you today, if that doesn't impress you, I don't know what will. These are two of the best Bandai movie monster series figures ever, and I will back that up for the rest of my life. But anyway, ShinRobjira, hope you all enjoyed the video. Patrons, thank you so much for becoming ShinRobjira patrons. You should all check out my social media and my merch page, and don't forget to check the link on my main page and in the comment sections down below to shop under the ShinRobjira Hobby Link Japan affiliate link, because again, that will help me out, that will help me bring in more stuff for you all to enjoy, more sham videos, yes? Maybe even some X Plus if we do good enough. Until Friday, everybody, where we talk about Tyrannosaurus Rex. And I do have to give a huge thanking you, love, shout out bundle of words, because that Spinosaurus video did amazing. I had no idea it would do that well, and if the rest of the videos perform just as well, I'll start doing more Jurassic Park stuff. Thank you all for being vocal about it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this. Goodbye. This video's too long already. I love you. See you Friday.